that people don't talk about no more. They don't talk about Jeepers Creepers 2001. That was a trilogy. Jeepers Creepers 2001, then Jeepers Creepers 2 came out, the one with the buses, and 3 came out like last year. They're all by Victor Salva, that guy who got arrested for raping that Powder kid. But the first movie, in spite of the controversy of the guy, the first movie is an incredibly good movie. The second one is a very entertaining movie. I like the second one a lot. And the third one's just one of the worst things ever. I feel like that guy went to prison. He got raped. Someone threw his head into a wall. He came out and made a movie, and it was just the worst. They had 1 minute that was good. 1 minute in the beginning of the movie that was good. And then you just watch his brains melt through the rest of the movie. And they tried to get into magic and shit. It was weird. But the first movie, Justin Long and I forgot the other girl's name. But they get chased in the very intro by a car that says "Be Eating You." That whole sequence is in the very beginning of the movie, and it's so scary to watch him get chased on this like one little lane road. I think they're in Kansas or something. That's what it looks like to me. And then when they drive back and they see him at the house at the distance dumping bodies into a well, that whole sequence to me is amazing. It's a very scary sequence. That is the way you set up a villain right there. He's driving his car, you don't see him, then you see his silhouette at a distance doing something evil, and it's amazing. And then Justin Long, they had some horror movie logic where he's going to the tunnel, and then obviously he sees something and he falls in. But that intro right there, he's looking at the walls and his body stitches together, that was straight out of Hannibal to me. That's what that looked like. And it was incredible. That whole intro sequence, not intro, I keep saying intro, but the beginning of the movie. The beginning of the movie is incredible to me. It's an incredible setup. And the rest of the movie, you have these two getting chased by this guy, and they don't show him too much, and that's what I love. You have the cop car scene, which was amazing, and you see his silhouette, and you're like, what is he doing with the head? And one of the scariest movies I think I've ever seen in any horror movie is the old lady thing. When they go to her house, she has a bunch of cats, she's a crazy cat lady, and she walks aside and says, "That's not my scarecrow." Then the house sequence, you hear the gun blast, him holding her. That sequence is so scary. I've seen it, I think I've seen this movie 3 times now. Every time I've seen it, that whole sequence is scary to me. The only thing I don't like in this movie is the Oracle lady. Now, I remember her being in the whole movie, and I was completely wrong. I watched it again. She's like in the last 5 minutes. Don't like her at all. I don't understand the purpose of her. I don't get what she offers to the film. She says things are going to happen. They happen. She doesn't help them anyway. She's completely useless. And the movie to end in a police station. And it's a war with cops versus this guy locked in this place. It was almost a whole movie in itself. You could have made a whole another movie with what was happening that the brother and sister weren't looking at when they were trying to escape. Just like in the second one, they're all trapped on a bus. These isolated areas. So, I'll give this movie an A-. I think it's a very good, underrated movie. Great makeup. No one talks about his makeup. And it's a horror movie that I feel like should be up there. That people should talk about more. I think people completely forgot about it because it's older. But then again, they remember a lot of older movies. It's Jeepers Creepers, people. Talk about this movie. Fantastic movie. Revisit it. You should revisit it too. See that? I drew that like a decade ago.